Oh, thank goodness. Hello, hi Marco.
Hi, hi Stephanie.
How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. And you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm really sorry for the delay getting the class started. I just had some technical difficulties. I closed my last class and went to open this, and my browser crashed, and I had to restart.
You had a
And it took
problem.
forever. Yeah, my computer is not good.
Okay.
So my apologies. I'm very sorry, and hopefully others will be joining us. I'm sure there were people waiting. But we'll get started right away and not waste any more time. There's a link to the exercises in the chat. This is part 2 of a 2-part class. So we've done most of the exercises, but
I
we'll
missed
just...
I missed part 1.
Okay,
I hope
well,
this is not being. This is not will be a problem.
no, it won't be a problem.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just, because we can just continue with the next exercise. And they're all about the same level. And then we can do, oh, excuse me, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Then when we exercises, I've got some online. So we'll see who joins us. To the exercises. And I'll share them. Let's see. This one.
Okay. I
Okay. We were, I guess, well, if it's just you and me, they're all new to you, but we were, we were right here. Here's the one. We had just finished some class rules. We're looking mostly at should. We're looking mostly at should, ought to, and had better. So when we're giving advice or suggestions, should is a weaker suggestion than ought to. Ought to is a little bit stronger, and had better is the strongest of the three. So for a really important suggestion or important advice. So those are the main ones. Ought to isn't used very often. In spoken American English, you'll almost never use it, but you might hear it. So it's there. Do you have any questions on those three?
Yes. I can write the third one. Had. I can write the third one. Can you hear me, Stephanie?
Yeah. Can you write what?
The third.
Ted?
The third one, we have should, had to, and had better. Have you say had better?
Yeah, we have should and had better. You could say, well, if you're giving advice, you could say Ted had better bring an umbrella because it's going to rain.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, it means the same as should, but it's a little stronger.
Okay. It's the most stronger of three.
Yeah, it's the strongest of the three. So it's something very important. You had better do your homework on time. So, good. Good question. All right. Let's see. I don't even think you're on. Am I on the same screen as you? I don't believe I am. I'm sorry. This is what you were supposed to see. So we talked about this. Yeah, this is a useful diagram that shows the three: had better, ought to, and should. Should is the weakest for weaker advice or less important suggestions, and had better is the strongest. Good, so that's useful. I was on the wrong screen there, sorry. All right, so let's go to some exercises. Let's start here with exercise 6. So in this one, you will get a sentence and a sentence about something someone does, and you're going to give them advice to change that behavior. So my brother never gets up on time. He should set his alarm the night before. You can use should, ought to, or had better.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead, number 2.
Okay. What? My co-worker never eat lunch. Is this number 2?
Yep.
Okay.
So now give some advice to the coworker. Tell him what he should do or ought to do.
Okay. My co-worker should eat lunch.
Good.
No.
Yeah, perfect. My coworker should eat lunch. Good advice.
I choose to use should because co-worker it's not my parent. Then I can give only advice.
Yeah. Whereas if it was your child or something, you might.
Yes, had better or something too strong.
Yeah, or even must. This exercise doesn't talk about must, but we can use must as well for a very strong suggestion. Great, excellent. And let's see, David has joined us. David, hello.
Hi Stephanie, the page has some problems.
Yeah,
Just
major problems trying to
Sure.
get this going. So I apologize for the delay, but it seems to be working now.
Yes.
So glad you could still make it, and I'm really sorry.
Thank you, Stephanie.
All right, and it's your turn to do number 3. We're just giving advice, saying what they should do, kind of more specific advice than the first exercise.
Advices for
Yes,
what?
for the person in the sentence. So you'll read the sentence and then give advice to the person to
Sorry, I
change
am
their
lost.
behavior.
What part I have to read? Should I read? The number 3 usage?
Yes, number 3.
Okay, thank you. A usage. Should is the most common modal of advice.
No.
I'm not sure, David. I can't hear you very well.
Sorry. Perhaps I have a delay or something.
Oh, there. Yeah, I heard that. Okay, go ahead and say number 3 again.
Okay, number 3, usage. Should. Should is the most common modal of advice.
No, David. We are doing exercise 1. Exercise 1. Can you see?
Am I on the right page again? Let me see. We should be on. Oh, I'm not. I'm sorry. I have 2 open. I'm the worst. Let me close this one. I don't know why I have 2 open because it opened a new one. Let me share the correct one. Oh boy, today's just not going well.
Okay, I get it. No,
I'm
no,
so
no one can
sorry.
see.
All right, number 3 on this exercise here.
Okay, second.
All right.
My neighbor doesn't speak to the people in the neighborhood. Okay, I have to make a recommendation. He should speak to the people in his neighborhood. No, sorry, he shouldn't. He shouldn't speak to the people in his neighborhood.
Okay, say it one more time. Your mic was cutting out at the start, or
Mhm.
mine was.
He shouldn't speak to the people in his neighborhood.
Good. He shouldn't speak to the people in his neighborhood if he doesn't like them. Good. All right. Excellent. Thank you. How about number 4? Back to Marco.
Yeah. Oh. My friend doesn't get much sleep at night. My friend had better get much sleep at night.
Yeah. And we would say doesn't get much. So for a negative construction, we'd say doesn't get much. But in a positive construction, we'd say get more.
Get more.
So get more. My friend had better
Get more sleep at night.
sleep at night. Excellent. 5, back to David.
Sure. The cashier never gives the correct change. The cashier had better give the correct change.
All right, I'm sorry, I'm not catching the first parts of everything you say. Can you say it one more time?
Sorry. The cashier had better give the correct change.
Good, or they might lose their job. Excellent. All right, 6, back to Marco.
Yes. My classmates had to study art, to study more art.
All right, I'm having this. It must be on my end because it's happening with both of you. I didn't catch the first half of the sentence. Can you say it one more time?
Okay. My classmates had how to
Good.
study.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say more art?
I think you could just say hard or harder.
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 Yes.
Good.
Actually.
Good, great question. Excellent sentence. Good. So number 7. Let's see, back to David.
Yes, that's the one. Mr. Roberts doesn't read the morning paper. Mr. Robert had better read the morning paper.
Good, let me get back to it. And it's pretty important, so he had better, you said. Morning paper. Great. All right, wonderful. Back to Marco for number 8.
She should get enough vitamins because I can say she doesn't. She should get more enough. No.
Yeah, enough is a little bit strange here. We would probably say she should get more vitamins.
More vitamins. Yes.
We might say she should get enough vitamins, but that's kind of silly. Everyone should get enough vitamins. She needs more. She's not getting enough. Good. 9, David.
They aren't careful when no, sorry, they aren't careful with the reports. They should be careful with their reports.
They should be careful with their reports. Good advice. And our last one, Marco.
E. How to exercises.
We ought to, and we only use the base form. Yep. So take off that S. He ought to exercise. Very good. Exercise. He ought to exercise. Great. And let's see. Hello, Fan.
Hello.
How are you today?
Fine, thanks.
Good. Good. Welcome to class.
Thanks.
We're just working on modals of advice: should, ought to, and had better. And our
Alright.
last exercise for this set, and then we'll go to a website I have. We are going to write suggestions for a tourist in our hometown using should, ought to, or had better. I think all of you can think of at least one sentence for each. So one with should, one with ought to, one with had better. And include some positive and negative sentence. So should not, ought to, oughtn't to, had better, or had better not. So for example, you should try Jack's Diner for breakfast. You'd better not park on the street overnight or you'll get towed. All right. So number one, let's start with David. Can we start with you? Suggestion for a tourist in your hometown.
Okay, sure. Let me see. One easy one. You should visit the downtown because it's very interesting.
Good, and we'd probably say downtown or the downtown area.
The downtown area.
Good. You should visit the downtown area. Oh, and you said why? Because why?
Because it's interesting.
It's interesting. Very good. Super. Good. Very nice first example. Thank you for going first. Fan, your turn.
You want to pay a visit to the skyscraper called 101 because the nice
Can you say that again?
You want to pay a visit. Or it's kind of visit.
I'm sorry, your mic is cutting out or something. I'm.
You want to visit. Visit. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Am I the only one who can't hear you?
You want to visit.
There we go. Yep. You ought to visit.
The skyscraper.
Skyscraper.
Skyscraper. Okay, skyscraper. Code 101.
Called 1-on-1?
No, yeah, 101. 101.
Oh, 101.
Yeah.
Like that, probably.
Yeah. Because the nice scenery there is quite amazing.
Because the what is quite amazing?
The night scenery. The night view. The night view.
Oh, the night view.
The night view.
Because the night view is quite amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Very nice. Is that a real skyscraper?
Yes, it's
Where?
it's it's in Taipei, where I live.
Oh, cool. In Taipei. Awesome. I want to go there. Good advice. Great. Thank you. Marco, your turn.
Yes, but first, I want to know what is the meaning of skyscraper.
A skyscraper is a very tall, tall building.
Ah, okay.
Like in New York. New York has a lot of skyscrapers.
Ah, okay, understood.
Yeah, great. Big modern buildings. Good question.
Okay, my phrases is you should bring your friends at the beach because the sea in this place is very wonderful. Is wonderful.
Good. And we'd say to the beach because the sea, we would probably say here. The sea here is wonderful. Good. Nice. Beautiful beach. Sounds fabulous. All right. David, you're up again.
Okay, Stefani. You had better stay in the north area because you could find uh, an affordable hotel.
You can find an affordable
Hotel.
hotel. Great. Good advice. All right, great. Thank you. Fan, another one?
You'd better stay. You'd better stay at home
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to be rain outside soon.
Yeah, it's going to rain outside soon. There we go. Great. Good advice. So don't go out. Don't explore my hometown. It's going to rain. Great. Marco, your turn.
Yes. After receipt, you had to absolutely visit our churches.
So you say it one more time. After the C, you.
You had to.
Mm-hmm. Is
Uh,
it?
can I use have to instead of ought to?
You can. I was just going to say that even though these exercises don't, we can use have to and must. Both have to and must are also modals of advice. And have to is just stronger. It's also has a necessity quality to it. So it's usually put, have to is usually with the modals of necessity, like need, but it also has advice meaning as well. So
But
yes.
I can use have to emphasize uh, a phrases, a fact.
Yep. So yeah, if you said you have to visit the churches, that tells me
Because them is very old and beautiful. Like
yeah. So it would add emphasis there. Correct. Good.
okay, can I use these phrases?
Yeah, I love it. Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and finish the sentence then. After the C, you have to.
We visit our churches because they are very Beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Beach and churches. Beautiful, beautiful. And let's see, one more from each of you. David, your turn.
Okay, so I will try with must. You or no, with have to. You have not go out alone in the late evening, especially in dangerous areas like the center.
Okay, so let's see. This is a tricky one. With have to,
Or maybe with instead of have to with must.
yeah, try must because the negative of have to actually can't be used
The
in
negative
that
is not.
way. It would be don't have to, and it talks about
Sure.
things that are not required.
In present.
Mhm.
Sure. Okay, I
Yeah, it
got
doesn't
it.
have the same meaning of advice. So,
Mhm.
but yeah,
I get
mustn't. You
it.
could use mustn't.
Uh-huh. You mustn't go out alone in the late evening, especially in dangerous areas like the center.
Very nice. Excellent. Very good. Yep. So, and again, here's must as a advice, as a modal of advice. Very nice. Good work, everyone. And Fan, you're next.
You should go to bed earlier because it helps you it it's beneficial to your health.
Okay. And did you use a modal here? Like
I
you?
know you should
Yeah.
you should go to bed earlier because it's beneficial to your health.
Yeah. Perfect. Excellent. So we've got had to, should. All right. And Marco.
Okay. And finally, you shouldn't go to outskirts because there are bad people there.
You shouldn't go to the outskirts because there are bad people there.
Yes.
People there. Super. Excellent. Should, shouldn't, mustn't, have to. Wonderful. That is the last exercise here, which is good. That's good practice with should and shouldn't, and had better. But there are actually quite a few more modals of advice, as we mentioned. So we have some other modals of advice like might, or no, excuse me, like should. We just some other modals. So we'll go to a website now and do a few more exercises with some other modals. Okay, modals you've worked with today. And I'll get the website copied here. Just a second. All right, so the website is in the Google chat and the Verbling chat. And this is one of my favorite websites for grammar. It's called EnglishPage.com. It's very useful. It has some good exercises. We will do, I think we'll start here. We'll do, want to stick with modals of advice, so I think we'll exercise 3, which has must and should, but also might, so you'll see some differences. So let's go there. This is might, must, and should, and when it's your turn, you'll just read the sentence and put in the modal you think makes the most sense. Might is a modal of probability. It says that something is possible, but we don't know. We use it when things are about 50% possible or 50% likely. Must is when it's a modal of advice. It's for very, very strong or very, very important advice. We use must for rules and laws. And then should is just a weaker modal of advice. Are there any questions before we begin?
No.
All right, let's get to it. Don't remember whose turn it was. I think let's start with Fan. Fan, will you take number 1, please?
Okay. Nancy said you didn't need to buy her anything for her birthday, but I really think you should at least get her some flowers or a nice bottle of wine.
Good. And then let's do after your answer, I want you to tell us why you picked what you picked.
Because it's kind of suggestion to the man who Nancy told. Yeah.
Yeah, good. So it's just kind of general advice. It's not that important. Just something you
Yeah.
think Nancy should do. Good. Great. Thank you.
It's not Nancy. It's kind of Nancy's friend. Yeah. But there is another guy who also know Nancy or something, and he or she told the guy, probably his boyfriend, her boyfriend, yeah, told the man that you what he can do for her.
Yeah. You're right. Good point. Yeah. So, because it's Nancy's birthday, so it's her friend saying what you should do for her. Good. Excellent. Nice. And Marco, how about number 2?
Yeah. Debbie said she was really busy this week, but I think she might show up at the party if she doesn't have to work overtime on Friday. I choose might because the construction, Debbie said, and then but. This construction let me think that there is a possibility of something.
Good. Very good. Good strategy. Yep. So noticing the but there's going to be some contrast, some difference. So
Yeah.
possibility of not. Great. Excellent. Well said. Well explained. David, your turn. Number 3. David, are you there? Uh-oh, David? Uh-oh, okay, David, I can't hear you. Okay, we're gonna go on. I don't know what's going on there. I'm sorry, David. Fan, will you take number 3?
Okay, sure. Nina said she would come over right after work, so she might be here by 6 o'clock.
She might be here by 6 o'clock. This is a strange one, and I'm not sure how to explain it. This is a different use of should. So this is not should as advice. This is should as a modal of expectation, or I guess, yeah, we'd say modal of expectation. Maybe probability, like if something is very likely. Yeah, probably a modal of probability. Here we would use should. If we think she's going to come by 6 o'clock, or if it's very, very likely, then we would use should here. Should can be a tricky modal for that reason. Sometimes it's for advice. Sometimes it's probability. It's a tricky one.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, good, thank you. Marco, you're up for number 4.
Okay. Oh my God, he's unconscious. Don't move him. He have internal injuries. Somebody call an ambulance. He might have internal injuries. Yes, there is a right.
Yes, that is correct. And why do you think might?
Because I don't think there is a doctor there, and then we can have a possibility that the subject have an internal injuries.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so it's possible, we don't know. We're not doctors, we don't know. Good. Yeah. All right, great. Let's see number 5. 5. Let's see. Marco.
Okay. You be kidding. That can be true. You must be kidding. That can be true.
Oh, good. Yep, you must be kidding.
You must be. I just must be because who talk don't believe in what hears.
Yeah, there's some surprise there. It's unbelievable. So I'm 90% sure you're kidding. You must be kidding. Good. Fan number 6.
Then where's the remote control? I want to change the channel. The Rihanna, I don't know. It might be under the couch, or perhaps I absent-minded took into it the kitchen. I'll check in there. It might be under the couch. Couch or coach?
Good.
Couch. Yeah.
Good. Good.
Sorry.
And why do you think might and not must or should?
Because she said I don't know first, so she might be not sure.
Exactly right. And then she lists other places, so she's not sure at all. Good. Excellent. Number 7. Oh, let's see. Marcus, hello.
Hello, teacher. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. We're getting near the end of class, but no reason we can't try to finish these exercises. I don't know if we'll get there. But number 7. So we're reading the sentence and deciding if might, must, or should is the best modal. So let's see, you've just joined us, but why don't you try number 7 for us, please?
Me?
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. For most people, learning a language is a challenging undertaking. Experts agree that to make the most of your language learning experience, you must practice the language regularly and push yourself maintaining old vocabulary while acquiring new words and expression.
Good, yeah. I agree. This one could be must or it could be should, depending on how important it is, how important you really think it is to practice regularly. I agree with must. It's very important, so great. Let's do just a couple more here, see if we can get one more each at least. Marco, number 8.
Sure. New research suggests that exercise can reduce the change of heart disease as well as cancer.
Teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
What's that?
Can you copy the seventh sentence to I want to copy it. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, I go on. That's why I told my father that he should start walking once a day.
Good.
It could be should or must, I think.
Yep, must could fit here too, and it's a modal of advice. So should is good, must would be very strong advice. Yep, so either or. Good. And let's just do one more here. Marcus, your turn. Number 9, please.
Okay. We should invite Sally and her husband to come to the picnic on Saturday. We haven't seen them in weeks, and they should really enjoy a nice day at the beach.
It should. Yeah, we could use should here. We'd probably use might, though. I think might would be more common.
Okay.
Just because we're speculating, we're thinking about what they might like. We haven't seen them in a long time. We're not sure. So might fits just a little better. Okay, so with that, we're going to stop there. I do have a discussion class coming up next. We'll do some more free-form conversation. But thank you all for participating today. Again, very sorry it started late. And hope to see you all in the near future.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.